All right. Welcome, Sarah. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you so much for having me. I love being here. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Would you like to introduce yourself to everyone?
Sure. Hi, guys. I'm Sarah Bundy. I am the founder and CEO of Athena Collective.co. I'm also the former founder and CEO of a company called All Inclusive Marketing, which is a full service affiliate program management company. I started that company when I was 6 months pregnant. Startup life, totally see you guys. I see you guys. And over 16 years, we actually became one of Canada's top 100 fastest growing companies. We became a Profit 500 company, a Growth 500 company. I got listed as a top 40 under 40, top 100 female entrepreneurs in Canada. We won the Global Excellence Award for setting the standard of excellence in affiliate program management worldwide. And then we got acquired in 2020, and I actually just retired in January of this year.
Yeah,
Thank
congratulations.
you.
Okay, so I want to talk with you about some of the decisions you've made because we're speaking with people. People are listening right now. They're kind of in the beginning or in the middle stages of their journey as founders. So, first question is, was there a decision you made early on that seemed like a great decision, but looking back, you're just kind of like, ooh, that cost me money and time. I wish I would have done it differently.
Yes, actually, I would say that hiring people that I could afford when we were small, meaning that we couldn't afford a lot. So we would hire people kind of ad hoc as needed versus finding the right people, investing in the right people. Uh, I thought I was being smart by cutting corners on my people to get work done. And honestly, it was probably the biggest mistake that I made. We lost a lot of time. The company grew probably 3 years longer than it needed to just because we didn't hire based on values and really doubled down on investing in the right people earlier on. So I would have changed that. I would have made sure that we set our values as a company sooner and then hired along to match those values with the people and then trained up as needed.
That's such a tough one because when you're looking at the budget and the budget is looking at you, it can be really challenging to say, okay, how can I stretch the budget and just make sure I get the right people? So I'm really glad you mentioned that. Was there any time, was there a moment where you looked at what you were doing and the way you were serving your clients and said, I'm probably solving the wrong problem? And were you able to course correct from that?
Yes, and that's a very important question because I think a lot of people, especially if you're a female founder, you want to help everybody. You want to solve all of the problems. And I think it's really, really important to focus on what your core competency is. What are you exceptional at? And what can you be the best at in the industry? So when we were in earlier stages of all-inclusive marketing, we wanted to offer this all-inclusive solution to digital marketing challenges, which include SEO and website design and social media management and affiliate marketing and all of the things that people needed to have a holistic digital marketing solution. But the reality was my core competency was affiliate marketing. I knew how to hire exceptional affiliate managers. I knew how to lead exceptional affiliate managers. And we were mediocre at the other things. So what that ended up doing was becoming a distraction for the core business that we actually could have been exceptional at, trying to build out mediocre business. It was not a great investment. It was not a great decision. So we did have to course correct when we realized that we were taking away from where we were really strong and where we had a chance to hit the ground running and compete in the market. And once we decided to only focus on affiliate program management consultation strategy, that's when we saw hockey stick growth, and the rest is history.
Wow, that's amazing. And that's such a hard conversation to have, right? Like whether it's with the team members you hired or whether it's with your clients to say, sorry, I know I said we do SEO for you, but now we're going to focus on affiliate marketing. How was that conversation?
It was a challenging one, but it was an honest one. And I think a lot of our clients who we had that we were servicing at that time, some of them we serviced until the end of our contracts. So obviously we wanted to fulfill what we said we were going to do. And we always did it to the best of our ability. But and we had also hired exceptional people in those areas The problem for me was that I didn't know that side of the business well enough to know the quality and strategy that we were putting forward. So I had to trust in the people. But if those people transitioned over, again, I didn't know whether they were doing the right things or not because that wasn't my expertise. So, you have these hard conversations sometimes. As a business owner, we wanted to do these things because that's not my strength. We're going to just focus in these areas. Let me refer you over to people who we do trust, who are exceptional in that area. And then you hand that over and they appreciate it. They want great things for their business too. So if you say, the intention was there, we did our best, we're going to focus in this area because we know this is where we are strong. Here's some next steps for you. I think, there's nothing but gratitude at the end of the day. Maybe some annoyance, but at the end of the day, we're being honest and authentic and like acting in their best interest too. So.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Okay. And just talking about being able to refer people and having vendors and partners, was there ever a time where you had a vendor or a hire or a partner that you maybe held on to them for a little too long and you realized that you needed to cut ties with them? How was that experience, and what can other founders watching today like learn from that? Like, okay, if I'm seeing this, it means I'm holding on for too long and I need to really let this person go.
Yeah, that's an important question because a lot of people, especially startups, are going to need to lean on partnerships to grow their businesses. This should be a collaborative effort. I help you, you help me. Let's create this little ecosystem where we can scale and grow and support each other in our growth. The challenge comes when you have a partner who doesn't want to reciprocate that, right? So you're sending business to them over a period of time and they're not sending business back to you, or they're not adding value to you. Sorry about my camera, guys. If you're watching this go up and down, there's a weird feature. If anybody knows how to fix that, call me because I need to turn that off somehow. So I think the idea is we had this partner that we worked with for a really long time. For the beginning stages of it, they were amazing. They helped us build up our business a lot. And it was because the person who is at that company, we had a very strong working relationship. When she left, the person who took over after that had strong relationships with different companies who were competitors of ours. And so here we are sending lots of business to them, but they're not reciprocating it. So over time, we had to realize, this isn't actually a beneficial partnership anymore. In fact, it's actually not really a partnership because it seems one-sided. And so we eventually had to reestablish relationships with other companies that wanted to work with us, who wanted to reciprocate that, and just make sure that you have an ecosystem around you that is in it, they're supporting you properly, and you have partnerships that actually care, and it's beneficial for both of your businesses, not just one-sided.
Yes, it needs to be beneficial for both businesses. So if you're in a relationship with a partner or vendor and you don't find that it's beneficial on both sides, then I guess it's time to have those challenging conversations. I know one big thing as a founder is always dealing with the fear, because you're responsible for making these decisions, but you're also responsible for what comes with the consequences, kind of like, because you never know, right? You're not the decider of the universe, so you never know what's going to work out. And so a lot of people are afraid. Can you give us an example of a time where you made a decision out of fear and it ended up being costly, and maybe how you've decided to, or how you make decisions differently so that you're not making decisions based on fear going forward?
Fear is probably one of the biggest things that holds people back. I'd say fear and finances. Those are the two things. Either you don't have money or you're afraid. For me, the biggest thing that I was afraid of in the beginning years was being found out that I didn't have all the answers. I had this misconception that I had to know everything in order to be a good leader. And I let my ego lead the way instead of investing in the best team and showing them the path that we were going, training them, giving them the tools they needed to be successful, and then letting them go. And I had to get out of my way, my own way. I was this bottleneck as the person who felt like I was holding on to control so much. So my fear, my biggest fear in the beginning was actually me letting go of control, trusting the right people, But to do that, I had to hire correctly. I had to train correctly. I had to provide the right tools and systems so that the people that I brought in could be successful. And I was too afraid to let go in the beginning to do that. And it really hindered our growth. There's another 3 years right there that I wasted just because I couldn't let go of control and my own need to be everywhere because of quality and standards. So rather than hanging on, I shifted and I said, okay, we're going to hire based on values. We're going to create a training program. We're going to create an accountability system. We're going to create processes and systems and tools and invest in tools for the people that we bring in to be successful. And when I created those things, I let go of my ego, I took a step back and I hired wonderful, talented people and I trusted them to move forward. Again, that's when hockey stick growth happened. So I've had 2 hockey stick growth moments in our career in this company. One was when I decided to hyper focus in our core competency where we were exceptional. And the other one was where I let go of myself being the bottleneck, really equipped and empowered my team to be successful. And then hockey stick growth happened again.
I love that. I love that example. And of course, we all want the hockey stick growth, right? So that's great to realize that sometimes we're the ones standing in the way of getting there. So you talked a lot about systems and just thinking differently. And I'd like to learn more about what kinds of systems did you put in place that would help you like come back from any of these setbacks or from or systems that you put in place that helped you to accomplish these this growth opportunities?
Thank you. I will leave you with a couple really key ones. Number one, have a really solid project management system, because when you have a lot of people and a lot of moving pieces and a lot of campaigns or clients or areas of your business that you need to develop and grow, it's hard to keep track of all of those things unless you have a really good project management system. So you could use ClickUp, you could use Monday.com, you can use Asana. Like there's a lot of tools and systems out there to help you organize, create some efficiencies and some operations. You can assign projects, assign people, put timelines on it, make sure you have deadlines on it. And it's a better way to keep track of all the things you need to do to expand your business while keeping people accountable as well. So number one, project management system. 2 is a CRM. So this is a customer relationship management platform, or in our case, we also had a PRM, a partnership management relationship management platform. And that allows you to keep track of all of the important people in your life in the world of business. So, you're going to meet a lot of people. You're going to have team, you're going to have clients, you're going to have strategic partners, you're going to have sponsors, whatever it is that your business model is. If you don't have those contacts in a place where everybody can access them, you have notes about how you've communicated with each other, you have easy access links to each other, then you're basically living out of emails or spreadsheets, and that is not an effective way to run and scale a company. So get a system where you can put your people, your most important relationships into a platform that anyone can access and update. And that's going to be a really great way for you to have a sustainable growth without losing the connection with those people that you're going to need to be successful. So project management system, CRM, and then have some kind of a document storage system, especially if you're working with other people, because you do not want people living on their laptops, on their desktops, and saving files where you cannot access them, whether it's then in their emails or on their own personal devices. So please, please create some kind of an integrated system where you can have things live in the cloud. You can access your spreadsheets, your policies, your templates all in one place. We use Google. There's a lot of different options out there. So yeah, I would suggest those 3 for systems.
Makes sense. Project management, client relationship management, partner relationship management, and storage for all your files. It sounds simple, but it's not. So I love that you mentioned that. So if you were starting all over again or starting a company all over again, what's the first thing you will do in the first 90 days that you're like, this is essential, this is critical based on what I've learned so far?
Well, I am actually starting my 3rd company right now. I just launched a new company called Athena Collective.co 2 months ago. It's a platform that aggregates the world's best resources for women in business. We're a community. We have workshops. We have mentorship for women in business and entrepreneurs, but anywhere from startup to scale up to pre-exit and actually post-exit and transition. And it's a little bit of a unique platform because it's women who have actually done it before. We're sharing resources, we're sharing tools, we're sharing community, we're supporting each other. So what I've done differently this time is I actually sent out a survey to a lot of these women in business to say, what are the things that are most important to you where you currently have a need and a gap that is not being filled? Because we need to know what features to build out. We need to know what solutions to create. So one is do the market research early on to make sure that what you're building or what you're selling is actually what your customers want. Two is spend the time to really think about what super problem you're solving. What's the big red hot fire problem that you can do better than anybody else? Better, faster, cheaper, or higher value. Because if you could do it cheaper, or you can do it with more value, or you can do it faster, or you can do it better, then you're going to win a lot of business. But if you don't know what that is, and you don't know what customer you're serving, then you're going to waste a lot of time. So identify who your customer is, identify what problem you're solving, and then go solve it better, faster, and cheaper than anybody else, or more value than anybody else.
Wow, that sounds so amazing. Athena Collective sounds like a dream. I'm so glad that you had this idea and you chose to execute. So I'm really excited about that. Okay. So for all the people who are watching and they're interested in connecting with you, what would be the best way for them to reach out to you?
I can be reached at Sarah with an H, SARAH, at athenacollective.co if you would like to email me. You're also welcome to find me on LinkedIn, Sarah Bundy. I'm kind of all over the place on LinkedIn. That's sort of my go-to. And if you want to come check us out at athenacollective.co for community, please come check us out. Right now, we do have early bird pricing. So we do want to keep our prices down for all of you wonderful startups out there and guys who are in growth mode. So come check us out, send me a note, let me know what your pain points are if you want to, and happy to be of service.
Thank you so much, Sarah. This has been such a great conversation.
Thank you, Osai.